New windshield wipers for a busted windshield. Good hands though, on a shitty car. All right, welcome back. So we got the Christine down to bare metal. And I was able to pull out this dent a little bit with those weld-on studs, which we'll be doing a little bit more of probably. This side also down to bare metal. Just sprayed some lubricant on it because I don't like leaving it out here in the bare metal, especially right next to my sprinklers. Got most of the dent out of the roof. It's kind of messy, but today I'm going to put the fenders on temporarily, sand them down, and the roof, sand that down, and then we will be ready for epoxy primer. Well, I got to do that too, but you know, there's always a little more. But basically, once I get it sanded down to 80 grit, the whole car, I'll do epoxy primer like these. There's the Nova. That's the hood for Christine. That's the deck lid for Christine. And that's the hood for the Nova. The fenders are right there. I just think it'll be easier to put them on temporarily when I sand them down. They're gonna need some dent repair and probably some little bit of metal work. But first thing is to get them down to bare metal. I'm gonna have to fill in all these holes where the old trim was. I have to cut this piece out that's dented in right there. Just put some more sheet metal in. Maybe even over here. I tried to pull that dent out, didn't work as well. One dent that worked really well was this door one. Just popped that on there and pulled right out. It's beautiful. I'd like to pull the engine. If anybody needs an engine, I believe it's a 318 poly. It's seized, but maybe you can use the heads or something off of it. Maybe the exhaust. I should get online and try to sell the exhaust, huh? Anyway, I'm going to be taking that out pretty quick. This door needs a little bit of rust repair right here, which will be really easy. There's a little crease right there. I may not even fix that. Probably mud will hide that, and just the sprayable filler I'm going to do. One thing I hate that I keep doing is leaving my tools out, and the car's a mess. So as soon as I get it down to bare metal, I'm going to clean all this crap up. Okay? Okay. Right, well, here's the new fender on, new to me. I'm gonna have to fix a couple of dents, etc. But much better than the other ones. This one's got a big dent right here. But it's now down to bare metal. So next we do the roof and the other fender. Then we start working on the rockers. How about that? So even though it's way easier to do it with this surfacer, it's still back-breaking work. But I'm so grateful that it only takes, you know, an hour instead of several days to do one panel. I mean, I've had this car, I think, what, 3 weeks? And it's mostly down to bare metal. I gotta fix this dent and sand the roof, a couple other spaces, and they'll be in epoxy. How about that? Even the Nova took me probably 6 weeks to get to that point, or more. Alright, thanks for watching. Well, got about half the roof done, half of the Dutchman panel done, and then we'll go over it with 80 grit, and then we'll put it, well, then 80 grit, then do any Bondo or filler that needs to be done, then put it in epoxy. So it's tons of steps, but I hate leaving it out here in this weather. It's got some flash rust this morning. It'll sand right off, but it's a little annoying. Got most of that big dent out. Let's go over it again. But I mean, I was lucky to get these fenders. Even for as expensive as they were, at least they're not all rotted out like the other ones. And the other Plymouths that I've seen are just garbage compared to this. This has a fair amount of rust, but not like the other ones. The ones I've seen have complete body rot, quarters, rockers, floors, trunks, fenders, I mean everything. Except for maybe the roof. And they don't have an interior, so at least I've got that. And mine is actually a 58. Alright. Finally. Fenders are sanded, doors are sanded, quarters are sanded, roof is sanded. Dutchman panel, fins mostly sanded. These were hard to get into. I'll have to do that with a different tool. I'll still have to do the rear right here. But the majority of the car, believe it or not, sanded to bare metal. So now I gotta either decide to keep working on that dent and fix that piece of metal that's rotted, and these dents. Those dents look pretty good. You can bang them in a little bit so they're level, and then we'll do some fiberglass mud. These holes, I believe, will fit for the sport trim, so I'm not going to fill those in, but I've got to fill all those in. Got to redo the rockers and the inner rockers and the inner floors. That old patch I'm going to take out, still fill in all those. I got to make a patch for that corner that's a little smashed in. Possibly that. I'll have to decide if I can live with that or not. But look at that fender was on straight. It's very straight now. The trunk floor, I'm going to keep letting it soak in this transmission fluid, and then I'll clean that out, and then I'll put that basically that looks like a bed liner stuff on it. I think. We'll see when I get to that point. I definitely will put it on the inside on the floor once the floors are all patched. Maybe even under the hood. A lot of people are doing that. But there's the hole I need to fix in the door. I want to leave the doors on while I'm doing the rockers so they're still level. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to fill in all these holes for the trim. Unless they line up, maybe they line up, I'll have to measure. And those might fit for the top of the thing, and then I'll just have to re-drill the ones on the bottom. That would be sweet. But these definitely will not fit, because they were from a Savoy. Alright. The roof looks perfect, other than right here is a little bit rough, but barely. I mean, my general was that bad, and it looks perfect. And where I cut out and bashed out that dent is, I think it'll cover nicely with some fiberglass mud. We'll see how that goes. I may have to bang that down a little bit right there, and that's still a little denty, but it was totally caved in, so that's beautiful from where it was. These I'm going to fill in. I believe these are wrong too, actually, for the mirror. I may have to get some mirrors just to see where they go. I don't know. And these I'm going to leave because I believe they're for the... Actually, looking at them, they're not the same length, are they? When they're... Maybe they are. Alright, well, they're for the fender spears. I think they're all the same. Gonna have to get in there and hand sand those. And I'm gonna put it all in epoxy as soon as I fill in all the holes I want to fill in. I'm gonna 95% chance I'm gonna fill in the antenna hole because I don't want one anyway. And it's just gonna be annoying to have there unless I put an antenna, and I don't want an antenna. So how many holes we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, probably 16 holes just on that door. And I'm going to put some copper behind it. Just zip, zip, zip. and grind it down gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So on each door and quarter, we're talking, what, 30 holes I gotta fill in, which won't be that big of a deal. I just don't want to warp the metal. I'd blow the dust off, but you can see, look how thick that is. The paint was. It's down to bare metal, believe me. All right. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. You know the deal. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Bye bye.